this video we're going to fit this Yale Platinum Euro cylinder. These are quite different to a normal Euro cylinder in that they have a external side. They also have two protruding ports at the top there, which means that you can't change this like you would do with a normal Euro cylinder. These are supposed to be more secure than a traditional Euro cylinder. Of course, every single lock can be defeated. For that reason, I would also recommend having a fully working burglar alarm. So this is the Yale Platinum, and it comes with 3 keys like that. You also get this key fob which has the barcode identifier on the back of it, so you need to keep that in a very safe place. That has the information on the reverse on how to duplicate the keys. So normally to replace a Euro cylinder you just remove the screw that's holding it in. You can then use the key and you can turn the Euro cylinder out. With this one we actually need to remove the handles. So that's the screw just there that we need to remove. And if you look at this Euro cylinder, it's not the correct one for this door. It's actually stuck out by about 10mm. That is because this was an emergency Euro cylinder that I just had lying around in the garage as the previous one got damaged. So to start off with, we're just going to remove the old cylinder. So if we simply remove that screw, which is a Phillips head, I've done quite a few videos on replacing Euro cylinders and how to measure them, etc. Simply pull that out. We can then use the key and we can just push that and get it in the right position, and we can pull that straight out like so. That's very easy to remove. And as I've already mentioned, this actually has 2 bumps on it, there and there, which means that it has to be fitted from the outside in. And to do that you need to remove the handles. So that's very easy. We just need to remove these 2 screws. And they're actually holding the handle on the other side there because it will fall off. So that's both of those screws out. You can now remove the handle on the inside and the handle from the outside. We'll leave the spindle where it is for now. You will notice that the paint has worn off these. It looks like these used to be brass, so in a future video we'll take these off and we'll paint them. And it is a bit strange that actually, one zinc on the inside and that's brass on the outside. We can now take the key and the Euro cylinder. We need to put the key in the external side so that we can rotate the cam. We can then slide that into the lock. We've now got that pushed all the way through, and on that side you can see that the key is actually in the right place there for locking and unlocking. What we need to do now is take the screw that's supplied with it and screw that into position. And whenever you're doing anything like this, I'd never use an electric drill driver or anything. You can do it quite easily just using a Phillips screwdriver. So we're now going to remove the key, and then we can replace the handles. So that's the front one on. The inside one will just push on there. And then we can take the screws and we can put those back in there. And then we can just tighten those up. Like I said, with a normal Euro cylinder you can simply remove it without taking the handles off. But if it's one of these Yale Platinum locks, you do need to remove the handles to get it in and out. So I'll just tighten them up. You don't need to go mad. And we can close the door, insert the key, and we can lock that. You'll notice that the key is horizontal on this type of lock. On a traditional lock it is vertical. So if you take a look on the outside now, that is almost flush with the handle, so there's no chance for anybody snapping that off anyway. But what you don't want is 10mm of that sticking through if you've got a traditional normal cylinder, because it can be snapped off. On the inside it doesn't actually matter if there's anything sticking through or not, although you don't want too much sticking through obviously. So that's how to fit a Yale Platinum Euro cylinder.